Hi guys. So finally I'm doing a YouTube. It's been a long time coming. I've done them before, but not so nice. So let me get to it. My name is Stephshaygeorge. I have been a American TV personality for a couple of years on and off, and mostly a stay-at-home mom. I am a hairstylist by trade, I would say. I went to Aveda in Soho in New York City, and also have a lot of experience in the food industry. But let's just get to it. I did a show a couple years ago that was, I would say, if you hear that little rumbling sound, I'm in New York City right now, and that's my radiator. It's kind of crazy because it's the dead of winter, and that's just what happens. So we're going to have to get to it. But anyways, I was part of this, let's just say this sorority. Kind of like summer camp, if you will. And it had a lot to do with my mental health after that. So I took a lot of time off and kind of became a recluse and went on a worldwide journey to find myself, and had a baby, and now that baby is 5. Yay, mom life. But I've been basically battling anxiety my whole life, and it definitely didn't happen after the summer camp experience of this sorority that I've been branded with. But I've always had anxiety since I was a child, and actually my first memory of ever being alive was probably going into my mom's room and saying, I think I'm going to die. Now, when my mom heard me say those words, she got very, very concerned, and she took me to the emergency room. And I remember a doctor who, was just sitting, it was like a cold table that they had me on with a piece of paper on it, and he's like, has my, I guess, the stethoscope or whatever you want to call it, on my heart, and he was just looking at his clock, and I guess my freaking heart is going crazy. And that was just like my last day of, just being a full child and not having anxiety. So I've always biologically have had this situation where I go straight into fight or flight mode. And a lot of ways throughout my life have been very healthy with dealing with it, and some have not. I've never done any like crazy hard drugs or anything like that, smoking weed and stuff like that before, but I was always a panicker. So drinking alcohol was something that would kind of get me into my element and let me kind of be free and let go of that anxiety. But let's just say this, I was 19 in New York City and going back and forth from here to Europe, so alcohol was very accessible for me, especially overseas, since the legal age is 18. And I was like a kid in a candy store. It was something that was unattainable for me. So I was drinking all the time, having wine, not even knowing how good that wine was. I wish I would have savored it more. Wine and beer, and sometimes vodka and stuff, whatever was at the club, but doing it excessively, and then having these hangovers and all that. So those hangovers would lead into more anxiety. So it was kind of like just crumbling. So I was dealing with that and a lot of things with my sexuality, which, I'm fluid for everyone that knows me. I'm a very free spirit, and, if I love you, I love you. If I fall in love with you, that's who it is. And I've been with both sexes equally. So, moving on, concluding to that, I think a lot of people kind of expect you when you're a parent, like when you become a parent, because after all that and finding myself, I did calm down, and then I had a baby, and then I had all these other responsibilities that I had to do. So that was like out of sight, out of mind. I breastfed for 2 years, so I was in the house. I didn't really have any fun or anything like that, but I was starting to get this anxiety again, with this baby. And I'm like, oh my God, when he goes to school, like I'm going to lose it. OMG. So I had to, it was just like this thing that I had to kind of like face again, like through life. as a child, try to cope with that, and then as a teenager, and kind of like dealing with eating habits as well. Like for me, I've been so anxious before to where I couldn't eat, and for what I do now, which is a lot of food personality things, not eating is not good because my whole world is about food, so making something that's really amazing and not being able to taste it or eat it or really savor something that you stewed for 7 hours or whatever is terrible. So I say that to say this. I'm on a journey right now to completely finding myself inside out. I'm 29 years old. I've been on this journey of self-worth and trying to teach that. Let me say it clearly. Teach that to myself as an adult, and not put it behind my mind and expect it to come through later on. I'm almost 30 and I would like to have things that are meaningful, that I can enjoy without having anxiety. There's a lot of things that I was not able to enjoy in my life because of the anxiety, and I would like to really heal myself and really have people that kind of relate to me kind of guide me towards that. It's not going to be like, oh, you guys see, this is the magic answer. It happened for me, so it's going to happen for you. Definitely not the formula. Everyone has their own vibe of what they do, but I think I'm being a little bit transparent right now. Not a little bit, a lot, as to what is a healthy balance of anxiety, since we're adults, we have to worry about so many different things and not procrastinate and not do all that. Like, what is a healthy balance of managing your anxiety? Like, how can I keep it afloat without, flipping out on myself, or, putting too much pressure, or, having, like anxiety where it keeps me up at night. I want to be the best that I can be. I have had so many faults in my life before, and I would like to just really dig deep, man. Like, it sucks having to do it. And the awakenings don't look like this or kumbaya. The awakening literally looks like a tragedy. Like, literally, you wake up one day and you're like, ugh. But, this is all part of my story, and I believe that I am unique. A lot of people expect me to be a certain way, or dress a certain way, or, date a certain way, or, have certain expectations for me being a parent. And I feel like millennials have this way of always having this authentic sense of self. And for me, as you can see, I can dress sometimes a little bit more masculine, a little bit more feminine. I go with the flow of how I like to feel, and this is who I am, and I'm finally really embracing it. I'm Stephanie, and this is me. Okay? Soy yo. Aquí estoy. All right? I'm here. I'm a Caribbean woman, watch me roar. I'm a Central American woman, I'm a Black woman, I am here, watch me roar. I can't just sit down and just, let me let life pass by and then I'll fix everything else. If I've been crazy before, I need to seriously get it together. And that's with my emotions, not with anything else, because being a mom is amazing. And I can lose myself in that. I can lose myself in being a mom and completely dedicating my whole identity to my son. But now that my son is 5, I'm realizing, he's growing up. Who are you again? And I knew his favorite color and his favorite crackers and his favorite jellies and his favorite shoes. But I did not know anything about myself. I knew the music that I used to, I've always been into music and stuff, but with my sense of identity and dressing and who I wasn't really evolving. I was just in mommy mode. So now that my son is getting older, it's giving me a little bit more time, not really with the pandemic, but giving me more time to really explore who I am as a grown woman. Oh, how crazy is that? And when I was younger, I used to make fun of people like, oh, you're older. Oh my gosh. You know, like my son's so dad. I used to make fun of him. Like, oh, you're older. But I'm really enjoying this. I think I was so in a rush to grow up so fast and be grown that I did not enjoy my teen years or even my early 20s. I was just like super, 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 you know, running the streets of New York and going around the world and not really having any attachments and just not really living a realistic life that you can do for so long. And so I didn't have boundaries with myself and I didn't have, you know, boundaries with my lifestyle and stuff like that. So I'm figuring that out now, amongst many other things. But I hope that you guys subscribe and click and like and do all that other stuff. You guys are my main just like source of love sometimes. And I'm just saying, for people that have followed me for a while, I know I haven't said anything for a while, since I sometimes go in and out. But and I say that with social media. Sometimes I'm active, sometimes I'm not. That, you know, in times of darkness and just like feeling lonely, because motherhood can be really isolating. I've read people's comments and what they've thought of me, and good always over bad, but like it's always been very comforting. So I just, you know, I really enjoy when I can grow with people. And I've seen people go from, you know, like young like me and 21, lost and trying to figure yourself out in your sexuality and your job and, you know, managing life in situations like that, and just growing up together, you know, like I just watch people grow. Like, we're just growing up together. And it's super comforting because I don't feel alone. And I hope you don't either. And I think I'm going to start doing a couple of cooking things. And I've also been a... Oh my gosh. Okay, well, not a good hairstylist, but I didn't secure that. But just some cute little beauty things to make yourself look cute or just feel better, whether you're a man or a woman or, you know, non-binary, whatever. You know, I feel like we can all feel special and do things for ourselves that kind of make us feel comforting. And sometimes it has to do with food or appearance or, you know, little rituals, not like witchy rituals, but like things that make you, you know, like, you know, hey, I'm having a bad day. Maybe I can do a salt bath. Maybe I can do some scrubs. I'm a Veda trained, so I know everything about herbs and of that sort. So just things to kind of give us that vibe, catching a vibe together. Anyways, I am very motivated by you guys, and I hope that we continue this journey together and are as honest and pure and very like loving with each other, you know, just a sense of a safe space. And I know a lot of people that have followed me before have lived in a place where they can't really be themselves. So I am very, very blessed that I can identify with what I do and just be a free spirit and be able to live somewhere where I can be free. So I'm always grateful, and I always want to let everyone know that I will never stop fighting for people's rights and, you know, the ability to be who you want to be and do what you want to do, as long as you're not harming anyone or yourself. And, you know, with orientation or, you know, just certain things, you know, I just hope everyone is free, and we're not free until we're all free. So I hope that everyone is respectful towards each other, and you know, we make awareness of things. And I hope that also you donate to a charity, also like No Kid Hungry, because right now during the pandemic it's really hard to kind of stay afloat for a lot of people, especially children. A lot of kids are doing remote learning and they're not able to go to school for sometimes one meal a day or to get the meals to go on the weekend. So I hope that everyone is raising awareness to people that are very vulnerable, to food insecurity. So I hope everyone holds their head up, and I know it's hard out there. It's really hard for me as well. But I want you to know that you are not alone, and I'm always here, and I love your comments, and I read them, and you make me feel so, so comforted and loved, and you make motherhood so amazing and so colorful for me, and I am inspired. Anyways, peace and love. Bye, y'all.